This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Arvada, Colorado. We are at Harmony Veterinary Center. Since 2010, they have been integrating traditional and complementary veterinary medicine. I'm here with the co-founders, co-owners. Julia, both you, thanks so much for joining me here today. We caught you on a busy day. You guys are in and out of the office. Let me ask you, first of all, why don't we start, Julia, with you. Basically growing up as a child surrounded by pets, animals, is that where the desire basically developed into leading you down this road into this industry?
Yes, it did. What I really see is more the human-animal bond. What I saw, what pets did in my life and how they improved it and how they allowed me to have friends sometimes in hard days and playmates in other days. It really inspired me to go in and start helping them, and then to improve the human-animal bonds, because they give so much to us, as you can tell.
Absolutely. Shelley, for yourself, was it always really a dream to open up a clinic such as you have here?
Oh, absolutely. From the time I was about 3, I can remember wanting to help animals, and at 10 I designed my own vet clinic, and this doesn't look anything like our original design, but it's still very much close to my heart.
Wonderful. Obviously, as pet owners, we're very careful in the support we offer our pets in the home as far as their health goes. I think we're even more attentive when it comes to the time where they need some treatment or really need some care. Is that what you find between of your pet owners?
Yeah, I think more and more these days people are looking at not just the illness, but the wellness care as well, trying to prevent illness from happening or to head it off early where maybe it's a little more treatable. So we see a mix of both now. We see a lot of our clients coming in for that preventive care, and then of course we see a lot of animals with diseases that need treatment as well.
So really, just like the human side of the industry, the shift now is taking on a preventive side. More than just treating a disease per se, you're actually treating the whole person or the whole animal, so that works well with humans or pets as well. Is that right?
Yeah, and actually that was one of our inspirations. When I had a very serious illness 20 years ago, I was pioneering integrated medicine on myself without a lot of help. And then what I started to see was that if I could get to a state of wellness, then my treatments from the Western side were much better. And I just got inspired at that point. I said, we have to bring this to pets. And when I met Shelley, when I moved back home about, 7 years or so ago, I had my own pet was having a really hard time with some liver problems. And I needed an integrated approach. And a friend of ours, co-friend of ours, put us together, and we kept that cat going for another 5 years when most other places they were thinking he should be put down. And that's what our inspiration was, is that we saw what this could do with just my own personal animal, and then we started doing it. She started doing more of it in her practice, and we said, we have to put this together. And so many people want it. They want to do a more natural approach to medicine. At the same time, you have to start with a wellness approach, because you still will have some crises where you need Western intervention. But once you have a Western intervention, you can also work back to wellness, so that they can be, again, more healthy, a more natural approach.
So absolutely, we're taking more of a proactive approach in our health anymore compared to reactive, as like you say, waiting until something's wrong, but also you can work backwards and get back to wellness as itself. Obviously, this really has to be a partnership between your team, the pet, as well as the owner. Is that right?
Absolutely. We like to work with the owner instead of just saying, this is what we're going to do. We want to educate our owners to understand what's happening with our pet, and then give them the choices, the options that are out there, and how they'd like to proceed. So some of our owners may pick a typical Western approach, and some may say, no, I want to do acupuncture with the Western approach. So we have a lot of options now that we didn't used to have.
Absolutely, and obviously by educating them of the options, it makes them inspired as well to want to do more. It seems like a lot of listening takes place, because quite honestly, you want to know the lifestyle of that pet, maybe what the reason was behind it. Do you allow for additional office time if so required?
Yeah, absolutely. Our policy has always been to give each client the time that they need. And what we do is schedule a 30-minute appointment for our routine visits, and 45 minutes for new patients, puppies and kittens that maybe have extra questions, need a little bit more time, and some of those really sick animals.
We spend a lot of time on the phone with our clients too. We really become consultants, and a lot of times they'll go out and they'll do their research, and they'll bring things to us and say, what do you think about this? And our team will go back and research that and say, is it safe or not safe? Will it complement or not complement? And they've become to rely on us as that kind of a veterinary partnership with their pet.
Wonderful. So definitely a partnership once again, because obviously they know what goes on behind the scenes or the lifestyle of the pet outside of the clinic. How important is it, Julia, that basically a pet owner out there chooses a clinic that is accredited, such as that of the AAHA?
I think it's extremely important. Veterinary medicine is a very unique business in that there's a lot of art form that goes with it because our patients can't talk to us. And so one of the things that helps a clinic make sure they're practicing at a high level is adopting a set of standards, what AHA provides. And there's only about 15% of the clinics in the nation that go that extra mile. We have to have, 900 standards that they come in every 2 years and review with us to make sure that we are matching or we don't keep our accreditation. So it makes our team very sharp, very conscientious, and I think it's weekly, it is weekly, we are reviewing all of the standards because you can't just fake that. There's a lot of standards to work with.
Absolutely. So obviously your team, like you said, staying very sharp on the back end. Obviously the pet owners are happy about that because they know they're on the latest achievements, basically all the latest technology that's out there. Speaking of some of the newer treatments out there, obviously you do traditional, but it's those complementary services that you provide and therapies. I know in the human world they talk a lot about balancing the energy. Does this work well as with pets as well?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And Julia is the one that does most of our energy balancing. I do acupuncture, which is very helpful in balancing all the energy in the body, removing those obstructions to energy flow, restoring that energy balance. And then Julia does a form of energy work called medical qigong, which has its predates acupuncture actually.
Wonderful. I mean, so I noticed today that one of the pets was being treated with therapy of laser. Is that correct? What does that help, and what does that alleviate as far as symptoms go?
So it's really interesting because when I work with medical acupuncture, I work with the Chinese medical system, and we balance the energy, and I can do a lot what we do with cold laser with my hands. But the cold laser allows energy to be put into the cells and allows then, depending on the frequency that we set it for, a result to occur. So he was being treated for inflammation because he has chronic ear infections. And if we do cold laser on that on a regular basis, they don't flare back up. And so his joints, he also has chronic arthritis because he's about 11, I think, 12 now. And if we do cold laser on that combined with acupuncture and qigong, his energy system stays strong, and literally the inflammation in his body that's causing the pain melts away. So that dog is not on a carprofen or a product that would cause anti-inflammatories. This is all natural with him, and he's been chugging along really well for the last 2 years.
So we're talking about all natural. Once again, you're basically letting the body do what it should be doing all along, bringing the immune system up, making sure it's taking care of itself as well. And like you said, it all begins within the cell right there, healthy. Some of the things that folks out there, do you try to educate them as well as far as vaccinations, wellness, checkups, and even healthy diet as well as exercise? That's something you try to educate folks that walk through.
Oh, absolutely. We do all the traditional Western type therapies as well. We still do vaccinations. What we look for is a rational policy for everything that we do. So whereas we used to vaccinate yearly, we now vaccinate every 3 years, and we're looking at that policy constantly to see, do we need to even go to maybe a 5-year schedule instead of a 3-year schedule. We educate people to why they're vaccinating, why vaccinating against diseases is important. And then we're also absolutely looking at nutrition. Nutrition is one of the cornerstones to health. And so if you can put a very healthy food in, you're not necessarily going to change the genetic predispositions of the animal, but you can provide a healthier environment for them. And hopefully they can manage their diseases a lot better if they have a good nutritional base.
So it's all about managing the disease on one end. Obviously, some of them require surgery. Is that something that you're able to do here in-house as well?
Oh, most definitely. We can do any of the surgeries that are required, and for the ones like the heavier orthopedic surgery, so we have to replace a hip or something, we will call in a specialist. We will also then refer out if the client would like us to, and we'll do the follow-up physical rehab and the physical recovery that we can do here at this clinic. We do work with a lot of other specialists, so the CRCG, VRCC, which is down in South Denver, and CSU, because a lot of times that might be the better place for them to finish the surgery. Even though we can do it here, they may opt, but then they like us to have the hands-on recovery to make sure that they're walking again, and we can do the day-to-day low-maintenance work that makes the pet healthier. You know.
Not only that, but you can actually, with diagnostic tools that you have here in-house, you're able to find out where's the best place for them to go, and obviously that's great for the pet.
Absolutely. You know, we're moving in the direction of human medicine in the sense of using a lot of specialists. There's so much knowledge and information out there that not one person can keep track of all of it. So utilizing those specialists when we need to helps give the pet the best care possible.
I think
excellent.
What's different, though, than human medicine is that in veterinary medicine, the general practitioner still is the coordinator. So where in human medicine you might go over to a specialist and your GP isn't even informed, the specialists here always get it back to the GP. The GP is the coordinator, and they're the ones who are helping the pet owner be the partner in leading that recovery.
So really the catalyst in the middle of all of it.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. On the website, you're going to get a clear idea that basically they're trying to educate you as far as wellness. Complete wellness care. You're going to find a lot of useful links right there on their website. You're also going to see all the services that they perform here, not only on dogs, but cats as well. And keep in mind, they understand they're partnering with you. They understand how important it is when you're looking for a great care provider out there. And this was a dream for both of them to open up really a place that inspired them to want to move towards a wellness, holistic approach of the complete pet. You can also check online right there. They've got a pharmacy that's available online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week that is there to serve you as well. Speaking of online, that's really one of the technologies anymore that vets are able to use is the internet. Are people able to access the records of their pets much more easily that way?
Absolutely. We have a system called ePet Health, and our clients are able to, at any time, log into that and review vaccination history, prescriptions, request a prescription refill, request an appointment, and am I forgetting anything?
Yeah, they also are able to look at breeds and a lot of different information about diseases, so they can do their own research there that we know is valid research. So, yeah.
So, I mean, we're talking about if you're, let's say, on vacation somewhere with your pet and something happens over there, they're able to access those records, which makes it great care anywhere.
Yeah, they can, and it makes it nice because they might be in an emergency situation with their pet down in another state. They could access what has already been done and what medications were there, and then they can also be able to email us directly, and we'll get it the next morning and be able to send records down to that hospital.
Wonderful. Julie, you've been successful here within your own clinic with what they call basically management strategies. You've also been able to share a lot of that through a manager's network out there. Share with us a little bit about that.
So about 20 years ago, what I saw in veterinary medicine was that management was going to become really important, and the vets really needed to focus on simply doing the medicine, and they needed to have someone to work with their team who could then teach what compassionate care should be, how the systems need to work, and so that we could take medicine to a much more professional level. And so what's been really nice here is that we work through empowerment of our staff. We want to make sure that the staff understands the reasons why the disease is behind, and they can become an extension of the doctors, because there's so many things that the staff are trained to do and are able to do that the doctor really needs to focus on the pure side of the medicine. And when we have a manager in place that is able to coach their team into doing that, what you see is a whole clinic level comes up, but the care comes up. And that was my end result that I wanted to see, was the quality of veterinary care take a higher level, because, you know, it's great to have a hometown doctor. And I'm not saying that any of their medicine has ever been bad, but we have so many advances that the amount of information in veterinary medicine transfers, every 4 years? I think that it doubles every 4 years. So one doctor cannot keep up with that amount of information, so the staff really have to come in, and that's where the management really works. And so we here at our clinic utilize our veterinary technicians as almost nurse practitioners.
So really a complete team under one roof you've got going on. Everybody's fine-tuned, very focused on what it is they do, but it all comes together collaboratively as a team, and that basically helps the pet out there. You're a local company here. How important is it for you to give back to the community?
Oh, it's very important. We've had tremendous support with the neighborhood and the community as a whole, looking for our success. And part of our mission when we founded was to give back to the community. And we've done that in a number of ways. We have a Helping Pets Fund that we've used to help take care of some pets that maybe the owners couldn't afford care on. We've gone out and done some volunteer projects together as a staff, including the local flood relief efforts of the last few weeks. So.
Wonderful. Something you're very involved with as well, Julia.
Yeah, my neighborhood got hit pretty hard, and we've been helping dig that out. We have a number of clients that have gotten hit pretty hard. We're helping them if they have a FEMA number to afford their care through this stressful financial time for them. And like you see this little girl who's been walking in and out, that's Lexi. The community actually got together and adopted her and raised close to $12,000 for her care. She had spinal meningitis when she was a puppy, and she was going to be put down. The family was just heartbroken by having to do it, and we said, you know what? We would like to give a traditional complementary blend a chance. So if you'll let us try, we'll see what we can do. She's 2 years old. She's running now. 2 years ago, she couldn't walk. She walked in here just mopey and sore. And she's healthy as a horse right now, and she comes because she got to know everybody, and she's become our mascot. But the community, what's neat is that this is the human-animal bond that really inspires me. When we give to these animals, they give so much back to us. It makes us better humans, that we can share our lives with other people. And then when we go out as a staff and go into our community and share that compassion that these animals have taught us, it helps our communities get stronger. And it's such a nice reciprocation to go back and forth and have a community that's well bonded. And it should be statewide.
What a wonderful feeling, especially knowing that both of you, that was the original passion that got you involved and started. And basically now you're extending that out there. And what it seems to me is that basically if the dogs are happily wagging their tails and the cats are purring, you have all done your job here.
I would hope so. This is definitely the realization of our dream. I don't think it could have turned out better, honestly.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Folks, last time, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. Once again, this is here in Arvada, Colorado. Since 2010, that is Harmony Veterinary Center. Basically, they have been integrating the traditional and complementary veterinary medicine for folks throughout the area here. And we hope you come in, try them out, bring your pet in, and quite honestly, you will soon see why the extended appointment visits as well as the collaborative team effort will be best for your pet. That is enriching the lives of pets and people. This is Gary Atensi with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.
Full-service barbershop that caters to men's unique style and personality. Stylists are trained in shaving, haircutting, beard trimming, and designing, shampooing, and styling. Escape into a world of total comfort, relaxation, and rejuvenation. Treat yourself to an experience of a quality haircut, face shaves with a straight razor or safety razor, massage therapy, manicure, pedicure, color, or wax performed by the specially selected Knockouts girls. Indulge yourself with a unique Knockouts cut, style, or other grooming service. Our first-class service includes today's most advanced coloring and hair management techniques and products. Our staff are specially selected and your services are assured. As always, walk-ins are welcome. Don't leave your appearance to just any salon. You deserve the best in men's hair care and grooming. Knockouts, the best place for men's hair care and grooming.
Canine Rehabilitation and Conditioning Group leads the industry of animal rehabilitation, and our caring team will help your dog or cat to feel stronger, move better, and get back into the game of life. Our rehabilitation experts are leading the industry of restoring quality of life to geriatric, injured, overweight, post-operative, and neurological or otherwise compromised dogs through physical therapy and integrative veterinary approaches.
Medical Massage International provides the public with independent, competent healthcare practitioners through the art of massage. We train therapists to last and sustain a career beyond our school by entering them into the medical world of massage. Establishing core values within our students to bring out the best in themselves is our goal. You too can join this diverse group of therapists to thrive in the medical massage world. The emotional toll that financial stress can bring is why we offer debt relief services. Attorney Kevin Heupel has served over 5,000 clients. His qualified staff in each location understands how liberating it is to have your debt eliminated and your credit restored. We give you the personal attention you deserve, like we have for thousands of satisfied clients. We help good people like you get out of debt.
Until next time, if you know of a business who you feel the whole city should know about, nominate them, we'll send a reporter out. This is Gary Atencio from CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.